Hi guys, welcome back to For He Who Is Mighty. Welcome back. I am going to be talking about what's next and what I'm doing with my life. And as you guys saw on my I Quit My Job video, I am currently starting a new journey. And I am doing this video because I also see God through it all. I see how God has led me to where I'm at now, and so that's why I want to share it with you. The whole purpose of this, of me sharing what's going on in my life and being personal, is literally just to encourage you and push you to God, and so you can see God's goodness, because I see God's goodness in my life. And the whole purpose of the channel was to proclaim Jesus and proclaim God, so I'm going to do that through sharing my personal life a little bit. So before I begin, I have started graduate school. I have been trying to get into graduate school for the past 4 years. I always knew I was going to do graduate school. I knew that my education wouldn't stop with my bachelor's. I knew that I wanted to do more. I also knew growing up that I wanted to work in the healthcare system. I knew that I wanted to do something with the medical field. I was set on becoming a dentist growing up because my mom worked at a dental office and I loved it. And specifically, she worked in underserved communities where there is very low income and people in need. I grew up watching her serve those people and watching her work for those people, and I loved it. I really felt inspired and I knew I wanted to do something like that. Fast forward to going into college, I realized I didn't want to do dentistry specifically, but I knew I still wanted to do healthcare. So I looked at different options. I did an internship program at UCLA, kind of, where we explored medical school and dental school. I knew I didn't want to do either of those, and so I looked into nursing. I shadowed a nurse and I interned at a hospital in Long Beach, which was also an underserved community. I loved that. I loved everything about that internship. That was probably my favorite internship because I realized that's what I wanted to do, specifically as a nurse. I set my heart on applying. I was applying my junior year, my senior year. I didn't get in. I applied the year after. I took one gap year. I applied again my second year, and finally I'm here. After taking a 3-year gap, I am starting, and that was I just completed my first week of school. It is wild to me. I would have never imagined that I would be starting grad school via Zoom because we're in the middle of a pandemic, and it's insane to see how God has been so faithful through it all. So I'm really excited to share with you guys my journey a little bit. That's a little background of where my heart was and where I've been and what I've been doing. I worked full-time during those past 3 years. I loved working because it definitely grew me, but now I'm so ready to get started on graduate school. I'm so ready to pursue my dream of serving others and working in the medical field. Like, I think it's gonna be fun, and I think that it's something that I've had such a passion for, and I'm excited to pursue that passion. Throughout these past 3 years that I've been applying, as I mentioned, I did get rejected a couple of times, and you know, it wasn't fun because this is something that I've been praying about since literally I was a kid, or I've been thinking about since I was a kid. And even throughout college, I was praying about it and like asking the Lord. One thing that I was so set on, I was like, I'm not gonna take a gap year right after I graduate college with my bachelor's. I want to start my graduate school right away, no gap years. Plot twist, I took 3. And I think that just shows God's sovereignty, because I think if I would have started school right after college, I don't think my life would be where it's at now. Like, everything had its purpose, and it's so beautiful because I don't know if I would be married. I don't know if we would be having our own home, and like, I don't know where my life would be. I think I would just be so career focused that I wouldn't have the time for anything else, if that makes sense. I don't know. Knowing myself back then, I was very like independent into myself and kind of selfish. Like, I would just think about myself, like, this is what I'm gonna do, and that's all. Like, that's all that matters. And God really had to shape my heart and mold my heart and make me realize, like, the whole purpose of me getting a degree is for God's kingdom. The whole purpose of me becoming a nurse is for God's kingdom. Like, every single thing that I do is for God's purpose. And if I hadn't taken those 3 years, or even if I hadn't been rejected from the nursing schools I applied to, I think I would have had a different perspective, a very selfish perspective, in my opinion, knowing myself. That's just me. So it definitely took a lot of molding my heart and shifting my passion to serve selflessly, not selfishly, and going back to my worth. Because growing up, I guess most of my worth was in my work. My grades were super important to my parents, and even in college, I measured my worth based upon how much I was doing, like how many units I was taking, how many internships I had, how many jobs I had, how busy I was. Like that was literally my entire college experience of like, I'm waking up at 7, I'm doing this and that all the way to like 11 p.m. It's like, all right, I'm going to sleep doing that all over again because I had like 2 jobs, I had an internship, then I started dating David, and then I started taking upward division classes, and then I was doing this and that, it was just like a lot. So I found my worth in that, and I definitely had to take a break during those 3 years because I was taught that my worth was not in my work. Now I'm excited to go to nursing school and not have that mentality of I have to do this, this, and this, and this, that. Obviously, I'm gonna give 110% to this, especially because I'm so passionate about it, but it's now like I'm gonna rely my entire strength on Jesus and know that this nursing experience, this nursing journey is gonna be for God's glory. I have no idea where he's gonna take it. I have an idea, but I'm excited to see how he will use my nursing degree for his kingdom. It's gonna be so good. I'm excited. So I had to trust God completely. I had to fully surrender to him, and it's been crazy. If you wanna know more about my nursing application process and like what happened, why did I get rejected? Where did I apply? All the details, let me know. I can do something separate. I did upload on Friday how we try to make espresso shots, me and David, and I want to do a little bit more fun things like that for Fridays. I'm not gonna fully commit to them because it'll be here and there. I don't want these videos to feel forced. I love sitting down and talking to you guys on Tuesdays and just talking about God. Like that's my absolute favorite, but we can do some other fun stuff. And if you want me to go into more detail about nursing and what I'm learning or just the application process, like I can do that. That can be a Friday video. Anyways, yeah, this is right where I need to be. God knew what he was doing. Back then, when I was in college, I didn't know I was gonna take 3 years to start graduate school, but God knew, and he knew what he was doing, and I'm grateful. I am so excited. I am pumped. I am ready. It's gonna be a hard program, but I know that God's gonna get me through it, and it's gonna be fun. That's it for today's video. That's what I'm doing next. Give me any questions, I don't know, any video ideas you want to see, let me know. Thanks for watching. Leave your prayer request down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.